Hello, 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 hello. Hello and welcome to Create Now. We're talking about a little bit of guitar. What we're going to do today is we're going to try and fine tune some of the things which we've been working on over the last few weeks. So here's something which you can do right now. Alright, we're going to practice some bar chords. I know this is very, very tricky. I know it's very, very tricky. But we're going to tip away at it, do a little bit each little bits and bobs, and we're going to, yeah, we'll be grand. Alright, so we're going to use our index finger and we're going to do a bar on the 5th fret. The 5th fret is probably the second dot on your acoustic guitar, whatever guitar you have. By the way, you can use any kind of guitar you want. It doesn't make a hoot of a difference, more or less. It's ideally tune up to standard tuning at all times. You can get into all this doing. I've been down the rabbit hole of tuning my guitar to different tunings every single day. I mean, like Dadgad, Open G, Open A, and all this stuff, and getting out that sweet slide guitar and going. Where's that? The slide's gone missing. It's gone for a walk. But sure, you can use anything. Here's a salt shaker. Why not? That sounds fucking awful. Bottleneck was the original guitar slide. What you do is, definitely don't do this at home, but anyway, you have the cork in the wine bottle and then you bash the top of it, you smash it, and the cork generally keeps the neck from breaking, and then you rub the end of the glass on like a bit of wall or a bit of something, sandpaper if you have it or whatever, to it's very, very fine, because there's even a little bit of a prick there, it's going to cut your hand wide open. So how I used to do it anyway was I got the old wine bottle, put it in a glass bottle, put a glass bag around the bottle, smash it, and then all the glass is in the feckin' bag, and you just take out the head and you file down the just the actual neck of it. So it can be like very, very dangerous. I imagine you possibly could die if you're, I don't know, if you started rubbing the glass on your skin or something silly. But that's the good old days. How you make a guitar slide. You can buy a guitar slide in the shop for like fucking load of money, or you can just use it's just glass. Yeah, it's fucking. So yeah, they put it on their finger. Oh Jesus, it's gonna be cursing all over the place. You put it on the ring finger anyway, if you like. This is definitely gonna break. Oh shit, it's gonna smash. In case any of you can't see the podcast, you just listen to it. I've literally a fucking wine bottle on my finger here, and it's flapping all over the place because it's not smashed or broken. Beer bottles also good for it. Just when I was personally trying to get you really need to figure out as little. Also, just you should be careful with maybe banging with the glass with the hammer. If you even go slightly too hard, the whole thing can just fucking shatter. That's why I found that if you leave the cork in it, it kind of supports the insides a little bit. And then you smash the end of the bottle, you don't smash the neck. So that's how people used to do it anyway. You can also use a bit of pipe. Copper pipe is probably you get different sounds out of different materials. There's a brass guitar slide. So it's a lot easier. It's when you have a little when you have something smaller that just fits on your finger like a ring, it's so much easier to control than a big pint glass or salt shaker. So yeah, that's guitar slides. Guitar slides go right on top. You have all your strings and all that. You make sure you go right. Where's these? You get your guitar slide and you go right. Primarily do it on top of the 12th fret, 5th fret, and 7th fret. We'll get on to bar chords in a minute, don't worry. It's just a tremendous bit of fun. So you just have it floating right above the 12th fret on the strings, but not touching the fret in any way. It's just, all you're doing is bringing out the harmonics, overtones in the strings. You're not fretting. If you fret with a guitar slide, it's fine. It just sounds a bit hollow. This is guitar slide fretting. Here's regular fret, and here's the slide. So this is the technique, the wobble you're hearing there, that's called vibrato. Because if you just, I'm on the 7th fret here in case you want to play along. I'm sliding from open to the 7th fret and the little E string there. That can sound kind of a bit boring or something, so I like to shake it around, put vibrato. This is, some people say slide guitar is the most emotional kind of guitar playing. Some people say that, I don't know. Because it's very good at imitating the human voice, I guess. Because you have all the notes in between. You're not just contained to the semitones. You have all the... It's like having a fretless guitar or fretless bass. Fretless guitars and bass really kind of fuck with your tone, I find, in case you're thinking of doing it. They're very dull. It's kind of like playing... that. It's very... I don't know. I really got into fretless guitars and bass. Even made a few, but oh jeez, you can't do chords on them as well. That's, you can't, no matter how kind of lined up you think your bar chords are, you can't do chords on a fretless guitar unless you do like double bars. That's a bar with your index finger and a little bar with your ring finger there. Alright, so guitar slides, we touched on that. So that brings out all the harmonics. It's absolutely fantastic. But you might not have a guitar slide right now, so like I said, you can use all sorts of stuff around the house for a guitar slide. It's just a bit of fun. A little bit of metal or a bit of metal, not plastic, beer glasses, whatever. Ideally something small, that a bit of metal or something, bit of copper, some plumber left in your house or something that will fit in your ring finger. Most of the time you're only going to be hitting one string at a time. Because if you're hitting loads of strings at the same time, it brings out all these harmonics that aren't really bring out in sympathy with one another. That's why you do the opening tuning, or some people do it anyway. So, what I'm trying to get at is, beating around the bush here, I used to use open tunes all the time. Thought they were bloody brilliant. But then I was changing tune every song, was an absolute disaster. And then it's not worth it. It's not worth it. It just makes life very fucking awkward. So I used to play, for a few years I played half a step down on the guitar. And now I just play standard all the time, just because I just want to pick it up and play it and just sing away. I challenge anyone to come up with a better tuning system than the standard system. I've tried. I have fucking tried. And I've researched all these fucking mad tunings, and nothing's as versatile. a lot of this open tune stuff is just, a lot of it's just to have like an open drone, like dadgad and stuff. It's just kind of double up the notes and stuff. A lot of it's just to make the guitar playing easier, and it also restricts the guitar playing to certain keys, because if you're playing in an open G, you're gonna be restricted to G, and then if you put a capo on the fucking second fret to make it an A, then it's restricting your range because you can't go below the. It's fine, especially for recording. But there's nothing more annoying. If anyone's ever played live, then one lad has to do a drop D, so what the fuck's going on here? So I'd highly recommend. I don't know. It's very good for staying creative though. That's the good thing about. It's like you'd be there going, oh, I don't want to play guitar anymore, or something like that. You have a bad day, and then all of a sudden, wow, you hold up a guitar that's in alternative tuning. You're like, oh, the guitar just sounds amazing. You don't even have to fret a chord. It just sounds like that without even fretting it. And that would be like open E tuning, and then you'd have open A tuning. So open tunings, there you are. You'll break a lot of strings. And then you get songs which you can only get in these specific tunings. Loads of time I've come up with loads of songs and like mental tunings, and then when I can always, nearly always, figure out what they are in standard tuning. Once you kind of know your fretboard a bit more, it's like, why did I spend ages going? Often it's just one drone string and stuff like that. There's all sorts of nice tunes, like there's all sorts of nice ones, but a lot of it is just have one string droning along all the time, and open tunes would sound a little bit like all this stuff. All that kind of stuff. That's what open tunings sound like. They sound grand. But the whole time you have, a lot of it's just have a drone going on. Like, these notes are going on the whole time as a drone. Drone means like, this is what a drone sounds like. It's not doing flying planes or any of that shit. A drone means like a floating pedal note or whatever. So that's the E shape flying around, they got the C shape flying around. Really interesting guitar sounds just by using your basic standard chords shapes. So for example, C, if you want to try out some open tuning kind of sounds, you get your C chord and you move it up 2 frets, so that gets you a D, and then up, oh gee, that doesn't sound good, C minor, which is kind of a bit awkward for you guys to do. Try to keep it simple. Alright, 10th fret is a G on the C. Alright, 5th fret is a D, and 3rd fret is a C again. So I have the C shape, just to clarify. I'm doing the C shape, bring it up to the 5th fret. You got these drones of the D and the C, and then I'm bringing it up to G, which is the 10th fret. So ring finger on the 10th fret. Similar carry on with the E chord. You get your E chord, you can bring it up to your ring, to the back of your hand is on the 7th fret, 5th fret. Now your index finger now. So fucking open 5th fret, 7th fret, and back up on the 12th. You can find your own ones, just go through all the frets, move up your E shape, you get all these lovely textures, which may be like far beyond your ability or whatever, but you can still like, wow, what if I put this chord and this one? All these mad open chords with bits of drones and stuff, and then people do stuff like they put the capo on and they're still playing up here, so different, they move the drawing around, and you can do stuff like you get a capo and you cut out the plastic of the capo so it can hold down just 2 strings for you. You can have a capo squeezed down so it's just the A. So it's just doing an A chord all the time for you. So you carve it out so it's only doing 3 notes for you. What else? I want to do something else for a capo for you. Oh yeah, half capos. These are gas. This is a load of fun. So you can get, say for example, you do a half capo on the 5th fret. So we're just going to only press down the top 3 strings on the 5th fret. So you get the open strings ringing out. So let's see where this goes. So I have a capo, which is just basically someone doing a bar, but only on the top 3 strings of the 5th fret. Okay, so this is hours of entertainment here. Moving the capo around, using the capo to only press down some strings. Here's some C shapes. Here's some E shapes. E major shape. Yeah, and then you're bored with that, capo comes off, still in standard tuning, happy days. Alright, so you can get the capo and you get a knife to it, which sounds a bit drastic. Or you can also, if you want to just stick a bit of plastic on, even easier. That will hold down the space of 3 strings. And that'll give you your A chord. Oh, you can also put the capo on backwards. That's another trick. So you see the capo there, you put it on backwards and it can hold down some strings for you. So this is going to hold down the... Yeah, so that's actually hilarious. I put the capo on backwards. Alright, there's the capo. Put it on backwards so the long bit is on the back of the neck and the short bit is just squeezing down the strings that would be there for the A chord, and now I have an open A. Alright, absolutely amazing. No hands needed, gonna play the slide now. Very cheeky, moving this up to the 5th fret. What's that going to give us? Oh, that's pretty nice, isn't it? Okay. So, capos, forwards and backwards, get creative. Just all these mad open tunes, just... And you get the pen and paper out. You're like, oh. Write down some feelings. Express yourself. Let out that negativity. If you have any floating around. Let out those emotions. Let out those feelings. So there you are. Just getting basic chord shapes, moving up and down the neck. Nothing fancy. I know you don't. You're still kind of just beginning and all that stuff, so it can be at that frustrating time. So can we just say interesting, just to give you a little bit of something, just that's a bit of fun, I might mess around with that today. So guitar slides, capos. Another thing which capos are primarily used for is the singing. So I'm just going to sing the same bit of a song and move the capo around. You can hear how different voice registers. I'll be using different voice registers, so let's just have a listen. It'll sound different even though it's the same song. So in my house all day with COVID-19. Alright, I'm going to move it up 3 frets. You can play along as A and G. 3rd fret. In my house all day with COVID-19. Alright, that's the 3rd fret. You can hear my voice has to go up and all this stuff, so you can play a different song and see where your voice sounds best. In my house all day with COVID-19. Alright, let's move on to head voice. And then as it goes up, you might have to drop down, so in my house all day with COVID-19. Alright, let's go up to the 7th fret. This is how you can explore the sweet spot in your voice with a capo. In my house all day with COVID-19. Up to the 9th fret. Might have to drop down an octave here for this one. In my house all day with COVID-19. So I'm going to try, voice getting a little bit strained there, I'm going to drop down an octave. In my house all day with COVID-19. Maybe not. And then going up all the way to the 12th fret. So it's going to sound a little bit like a 12 string or even a different instrument. Here we go. In my house all day with COVID-19. In my house all day with COVID-19. In my house all day with COVID-19. So I dropped down an octave there with my voice. In my house all day with COVID-19. Alright. So you can have a full different, you can see where you want your voice to be. You could, some places there my voice sounded awful, some places my voice sounded kind of sweet. So you would go for, where's my voice sound nice, and then you might choose to write your song on the 3rd, get the capo on the 3rd fret. There you are. Alright. Just a kind of a temporary solution. The better you get, the more you'll just like singing in whatever key. Alright, that's it. Capos. Alright, have a great day. It's a long old stretch, so we're all in this together, lad. This life. See you there.